One Piece's story is officially darker than Berserk after seeing Kuma's backstory, is what someone online has claimed in a post. Now, let me start off the video by saying it feels wrong to compare trauma and dark scenarios, but Berserk definitely has more traumatic and darker events by a landslide. I don't think there's a comparison, and I'm definitely not a One Piece hater. In fact, One Piece is my favorite series of all time. It's not hard to tell, with Berserk being a close second. If you're here as a One Piece fan, chances are you're a fan who might be angry that I'm picking Berserk over this tragic backstory. And I feel you, I really do. Kuma's story is probably the darkest story Oda has written so far in One Piece, and there's plenty of other dark stories. But this is Guts, the main character in Berserk. And if you don't know anything about Berserk, let me catch you up. Let's look at Guts' very beginning, his birth. From the start of his birth, he was born from his mother's hung corpse, covered in the blood and guts of other dead bodies near his deceased mother. So we're already starting off pretty rough. So a mercenary group comes by, and the wife of the mercenary leader, who just lost her child 3 days prior to a miscarriage, takes Guts in as her own after suffering her own tragedy. Cool, Guts has a mother now and can't remember anything as a baby anyways, right? Yeah, well, let's jump to a 3-year-old Guts who witnesses his adoptive mother slowly dying from a plague she contracted and eventually passes away, leaving Guts behind to be brutally raised by this mercenary group, with the leader or husband of Guts' adoptive mother hating Guts and blaming Guts for the events that unfolded, all because he considered Guts a bad omen from the moment they came across his body. Nonetheless, Guts is allowed to stay with the mercenaries, forced to earn his own living in the group. He has to learn the way of the sword and do what any other mercenary would, and try to also earn the love and respect of the only father figure he knows, the mercenary leader whose name is Gambino, doing what he can to make him proud. So let's skip ahead a little. One night, Guts, who thinks he's making plenty of progress in making Gambino proud, is sleeping alone in his tent, and this big dude with the mercenary group sneaks in and unfortunately takes advantage of Guts against his will, and since Guts is only a child, he could do nothing but cry and be held against his will while this happened. Absolutely, this is a fucked situation, but what's even more fucked is finding out that the reason you're a victim in an act like this is because the person you consider a father sold you as a child prostitute for 3 silver coins. And yeah, Guts does find out more about that. There's more for that story, but I advise you to go and read Berserk yourself for more of that and how that situation turns out. So I'm gonna just skip way ahead and tell you some other darker things. Imagine this. One moment you're on Earth with a group you're finally starting to feel a part of, people you can be nearby, people you can find comfort in, people you can consider a family. And one day, one of your closest friends decides to sell you and all of the people that's in your group for a promised future, resulting in all of you to be transported to a literal hell filled with demons and despair, literally ripping everyone that you know and love to pieces, being killed in front of you in the worst possible way with nothing you can do about it. And it still gets worse. Then that person you consider a friend looks you dead in the eye while you're being pinned down by loads of demons, clawing at your skin, trying to kill you, and that so-called friend proceeds to take advantage of the woman that you love right in front of you, locking their eyes dead on you, knowing you can't do nothing about it, and watching you despair as demons claw your eye out, and you're forced to literally cut off your arm in a rageful anger trying to stop this act. And how many times have I said literally? Anyways, the woman he loves soon turns into a vegetable and can't even comprehend who she is anymore or talk because of that traumatizing event called the Eclipse, and ends up giving birth to a malformed fetus. It's some crazy shit. Guys, this is me glossing over so much too, for the events I described to you and future events. I haven't even spoken about the demon-possessed horse, nor will I over here. If you get curious, just type it in on Google and then come back to this video. Just type up what is Demon Horse Berserk and look into it, what it's about and what it was gonna do to someone. The point is, I love the fuck out of One Piece, and there's tragedy all over the place for One Piece. I hate these piece of shit celestial dragons. They're fucking scum, and Kuma deserves the biggest hug because he's still suffering to this day. But unfortunately, so is Guts. Guts is near his breaking point right now for what's going on in the manga, which is insane to see Guts in, because if you knew what kind of character he was, you'd be like, what the fuck? This series is dark. It's darker than Mr. Popo. But you guys let me know, what do you think? Comment, am I crazy? Is One Piece darker than Berserk? Berserk fans, feel free to comment what other dark scenes and events occurred in Berserk, or elaborate more on what I already spoke about. I love to read it in the comments. Thanks for watching, like and sub if you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.